We keep hearing a lot about this concept of passion, and should you follow your passion or not? And this reminds me of a story, and this is actually a story that I gave in my TED Talk several years ago in Greece. And it's a story about a man who is visiting a construction site. And as he's going around the construction site, he sees a bunch of people working there. And so this guy goes up to the first person who is working on the construction site, and he says, "What do you do here?" And the man looks at him and he says, "I lay bricks." And then he goes up to the second person and he says, "What do you do here?" And the second person says, "I'm building a wall." And then he walks over to the third person. But as he's walking over to the third person, he hears this third person singing a very cheery and upbeat tune. And he's in a great mood, and this guy's shocked. He's like, the first two people weren't in a great mood. Why are you so happy? What do you do here? And the construction worker stops, he wipes his brow, and he points up at the sky, and he says, "I'm building a cathedral." And I really love this story because it's an example of three people who are doing the exact same thing, but they have a different mindset. And this third person who's in such a great mood, it's not that he's passionate about what he's doing, it's the fact that he's bringing his passion with him to whatever he does. And that, I think, is a far more scalable and realistic approach, and something that we should be encouraging other people to do. So it's not so much just about following your passion, it's about taking the passion that you have and bringing it with you to whatever it is that you do. It shows the power of mindset, of how you think about things. Because all three of these people are doing the same thing, but only one of them is doing this thing and he's optimistic, he's positive, he's hopeful, he's in a great mood. So how you think about things, how you talk to yourself really, really does matter. So bring your passion with you to whatever it is that you do. I always tell people I was never passionate about speaking. I was never passionate about making videos like this, about writing books, about doing any of the stuff that I'm doing. But in general, I'm a passionate person. I'm passionate about chess, I'm passionate about food, about travel. I have passion for a lot of different things. And what I learned is that as I started to get good at these things, as I started to get feedback from people, as I started to get responses from my community, from people just like you, I realized that I can bring my passion to this type of content, and that's ultimately what I did. I wasn't passionate about it, but I brought my passion with me. And that, I think, is something that we can all do a much better job of. So bring your passion with you to whatever it is that you are doing. Thanks again for tuning into the show, and don't forget to go to 6leadershiptrends.com to grab a copy of my brand new PDF, which is going to walk you through the 6 trends that are shaping leadership and what it means to be a leader. And it will also give you action items for what you should be doing for each one of these 6 trends to adapt and evolve so that you can be a better leader in the future of work. Again, that is 6leadershiptrends.com. You can either spell out the number 6 in the URL or just use the number 6 in the URL. They will both take you to the same place. Thanks again for tuning in.